Hi guys, hello and a very warm welcome. All of those of you who have joined in, all of you who are waiting to join in, and all of you who are still thinking whether you should join in. So my name is Umesh Firwani, and a big warm welcome to all of you at Dus Ka Dum. And this is the second episode. Yesterday you watched the very gorgeous Simran Ahuja give her wonderful inputs and tips to all the participants and all of you out there who are watching uh, the telecast. Today, here I am, Umesh Firwani, and I'm very excited to share some wonderful ideas with you here today. First of all, let me just congratulate the two dynamic women, the brain children behind this great venture called India Brainy Beauty. Archana Jain and, of course, Rabia Patel, two wonderfully talented and created women of substance who've put together this brilliant creative idea, giving an amazing opportunity for women to come up and display their uh, capabilities of actually proving to the world that yes, they are women of substance. So I'm going to keep this very extempo today. I have not specifically prepared any kind of material as such to speak to you, because I think what comes from the heart touches the heart. And first of all, I'm extremely excited to be here. And since this is Dus Ka Dum, it has to have some dum in terms of the content I'm going to share with you. So, yes, the pressure is high. So, I want to share with you some wonderful experiences of my life, and, what it has kind of taught me, and how I kind of allowed myself to mold myself into the person that I designed to be. And that's the reason, we title this episode Being the Best Version of Yourself. And as Brainy Beauty, that their tagline is that age no bar, weight no bar. Absolutely, there is no hiccup or any kind of speed bumper between you and the title. All it takes is the gutso and the absolute self belief to get there. So let me share with you my experiences when I participated in Mr. India, Grasim Mr. India in 2003. I won the Grasim Mr. India, Mr. Popular Award, and it was a brilliant journey, I would say. And not just that award or the sash or standing there in front of a live audience of 7,000 people and having celebrities come and present me the trophy. And besides all that, what I found was a completely new Umesh in 2003, when because for a whole month, 30 whole days, we were staying at the resort. 30,000 people had applied to be Mr. India. And they auditioned, and we had several rounds, and finally, 32 of us were shortlisted for the finals in 2003. This is, and 32 of us were groomed by the best experts in the industry. I still remember Mr. Mahesh Bhatt and uh, Mickey Mehta, Shamak Davar, and some really amazing celebrities who came, stayed, and trained us during our 1 month long stay at uh, the resort in Mud Island. And of course, I made some wonderful friendships. But what I kind of learned from that entire experience was being part of a beauty pageant, or being part of a pageant, is not only about how you look. That's just one. It's an important element. It is something that definitely matters. But what also matters is the substance you bring in with yourself. Because the first 7 seconds, of course, people look at you, they are attracted to you, they find you attractive. But then after that, after those 7 seconds, what next? What are you going to speak? So for that, to develop that kind of a depth, I would suggest, especially the participants who are watching this broadcast, pay absolute attention to your intellect. And by intellect, I mean not mugging up some general knowledge book, or trying to memorize different stuff. It just means reading different kinds of books. And I would suggest you get into reading some philosophy books. There are some amazing philosophy books out there that you can lay your hands on. If you don't have access to them, I have a ton of those in my ebook library. Just send me a mail at info@umeshfirwani.com, and I will forward a couple of really nice philosophy books to you. What happens is when you start enriching yourself with reading material, uh, you develop the depth of what we call the man or woman of substance. So this is one very, very important factor for you to keep in mind while, if when you're competing in an arena where there are many other people and many other participants, to stand out, it's the depth of your conversation, the depth of your ideas, the way you are able to carry yourself and answer questions posed to you. So that's one thing that you need to be very, very aware of. So I think let's broadly divide this entire conversation. I have 20 minutes with you, so let's broadly divide it into three parts so that you have some takeaways from this 20-minute interaction that we have. I'm calling this an interaction because I am assuming that you are actually you know going to give me some comments out here. So I'm waiting for your comments, those of you who are watching this, so that I can, see. Archana, thank you so much for welcoming me. Thank you. Just saw that comment. So I'm looking forward to your inputs also in terms of, what clicked with you during this entire broadcast. The idea of this Das Ka Dum is to basically enrich you through the experts, put together all their experiences, all their tips to give it to you on a platter for you to experiment and, of course, imbibe into your own personality. So the first tip I gave you was to immediately get into reading, and reading some good philosophy books. There are a ton of them out there. If you need any uh, access to any really, really nice books, just email me at info@umeshfirwani.com. And thank you so much, Kanjana. Thank you. Feelings are mutual. Thank you so much. So that's the first tip I can share with you. Second, let's focus on our physical body. Now, each one of you, as know that it's very, very important to be fit. When you're on the ramp, when you're participating in a pageant, after all, yes, looks and your fitness levels do matter. And I always believe it's not about the judgment or the opinion other people pass on us or think about us if we are, not fit. I don't even want to call it overweight, because that just suddenly puts it into a whole. It gives it a shade of judgment. People passing a judgment on you. So it's not about being overweight. It's just about being fit. It's just about being healthy. And when you make the right eating choices in what you're consuming, respecting your body, automatically things fall in place. Now, for most people, and I have a lot of clients that I consult, since I'm also I'm a qualified dietitian and nutritionist. I get a lot of clients who've put on a lot of weight during the lockdown, and they have been very concerned with how are we going to lose this lockdown weight. And first of all, you need to understand that Viktor Frankl, who wrote this book, Man's Search for Meaning, he gave a wonderful quotation in that book. He said that, an abnormal behavior in an abnormal time is normal. So don't worry about, you being stressed out or feeling anxious or uncertain about what's going to happen, or what, that's the reason the stress has made you, find comfort in comfort food, and you've indulged. So it's perfectly all right. No need to beat yourself about it. I'm going to share with you some really awesome tips that's going to, in a less than a month's time, I guarantee you, in 30 days you could be the fittest and the best version of yourself. So one was you reading some nice philosophy books, which I can help you with. Second tip, like I mentioned to you, is losing weight. And it's not about losing weight, it's about getting fit. So uh, uh, basically, it's not rocket science. when I see people, when I see their messages, and when I'm consulting them, and I'm sitting, and we are one on one, I get to, I really feel sorry for some people when I see how confused they are where it comes to weight loss, where it comes to understanding weight. It's not rocket science, guys. It's absolutely brilliant once you understand the science. And I'm going to make it very simple for you. So, your food, basically, whatever you consume, has three macronutrients, three major components to it: protein, carbs, and fats. Yes, each and every component, every macronutrient is important for you. It's just choosing the right proportion and the right kind of foods. So if I say fats, and if I'm having let's say a burger, that's not the right kind of fats I'm putting into my, it's not the right kind of carbs, it's not the right protein, and absolutely not the right fat. That's going to go and accumulate, and that's going to distort my body shape. So understanding the right protein, understanding the right carbs, and understanding the right uh, fats. Again, you break it down. I really did a session where one person just said, Umesh, I really feel very hungry. I don't know how to control my hunger, or how to, get out of that hunger trap. And I was shocked for a person to say that. See, feeling hungry is an absolutely, I think it's a blessing if you feel hungry. So never ever feel bad if you feel hungry. If you're feeling hungry, it is on many levels an indicator of great health. It's indicating to you that your body is functioning right, your body is demanding the nutrition, and you need to just choose the right nutrition for yourself. All right, so now, without making it complicated for those of you, since we have just 20 minutes in this interaction, I'm going to make it very simple for you to understand. Protein, carbs, and fats. Your breakfast can be something like, you can put a combination of carbs with protein. So if you're having any source of protein, if you're a vegetarian, there's lots of sources out there. We don't have time to discuss each into detail of what kind of protein you should be having. But if you're a non-vegetarian, egg whites are the best protein you can have. Whey protein is good if you can digest it. You can have for carbs, you can go, I think the best carbs you can have, sweet potato. One full sweet potato has enough nutrition for your whole day. All right, and you should see my breakfast. When my breakfast is laid out, it's the table is filled with a lot of amazing stuff. It's not that I go hungry, it's just the right kinds of choices, and avoiding and certain foods which I've completely avoided. So since the last I would say it's almost 2 years now. Since the last 2 years, I haven't tasted sugar. So I have completely gone to cold turkey on sugar. So there's absolutely zero white sugar. First thing that should go out from your diet is white sugar. Absolutely, just take it. And every time you look at white sugar, you should imagine you're looking at rat poison, or you're looking at something that is absolutely dangerous for you. Not even a speck of it. All right, now this is for only those who are absolutely serious about it. So there are a lot of misconceptions. People, when they come for counseling, they're like, "But Umesh, but my mom says that if I stop sugar, it will affect my health. Sugar is good for health." You can research it, and I have done my part of research. I have traveled to 37 countries, spoken to the best experts in this field, and I can guarantee you that white sugar has absolutely zero nutrition to it, and you can survive in a wonderful, healthy body, a fit body, without white sugar. So first thing that you should be boycotting completely is white sugar in your diet. This is for only those people who are absolutely serious. If you're amongst those who just keep those whims and fancies about losing weight and doing nothing about it, then all I can say is I'll wait for you to get that understanding. But those of you who are right now, this moment, watching and are serious about this, the first thing that you should stop from, not tomorrow, but from now itself, take white sugar off your diet. All right. Next thing that I want you to take off your diet, and it's going to come as a shock to most of you: milk. All right. If you do your research right, you will realize that milk, our body does not have the acids or the enzymes to digest milk. All right. Milk is for animals. It's from if it's coming from a cow, it's meant for the calf. It's not meant for humans. And there's a very, very great misunderstanding, misconception. People should be consuming milk because it's got calcium, it's good for you. Absolutely BS. It's not. All right. And I have not consumed milk again for the last 2 years. I'm absolutely healthy and fit and fine, and absolutely enjoying my fitness. Work out every single day. I've got my six pack abs, and it's a beautiful feeling, let me tell you guys, to be fit. Because once you have solved this equation, this solution, the difficult algebraic problem that we look at weight loss as a science, once you've solved it, once you have put the answers, then you can play around. I my wife makes these beautiful, wonderfully nutritious cakes at home. Again, when I say cakes, you might get a feeling, oh, but that's unhealthy, right? Yes, it is unhealthy if you're using the wrong ingredients. The cake we bake at home has jowar. It has millet, that is it's made out of whey protein. It's made out of for sweetness we put in bananas, natural sweeteners, and natural sweeteners as a fruit sweeteners, which is a banana. And it tastes yummy. It's absolutely nutritious, and at the same time it is got zero fat. It's and by zero fat I don't mean you're taking fat off your diet. It is an important component, like I mentioned at the beginning of this session, but putting in the right fats. Third thing that I'm going to ask you to go cold turkey, completely stop, and it's going to come as a shocker once again for you. Oil. Most people have this misconception, but oil is good for us. It's like they'll give you the analogy that it's our body's a machine, we need oiling. Absolutely not. Please don't compare your body to a machine. We are not machines. All right, we are much more advanced and much more complicated and complex than just a simple machine. All right, and we do not need oil to grease us or to get physical movement. All right, so please get that misconception out of your head. Oil is out of your diet. What you can replace it with is healthy fats, and by healthy fats, it's like I would, in the cakes that we bake, I ask my wife to put in half a coconut. All right, now that half a coconut is good enough to give me the fats that I need. Or I would have avocados for breakfast, or I would my each meal I would sprinkle some sunflower seeds, some pumpkin seeds, uh, flaxseed. All these are healthy fats that you can introduce into your body, and that's not going to make you sick. It's going to just absolutely fine tune your body and make you the best version of yourself. Now, final thing that you need to quit while you are serious about your weight loss journey, and I'm giving you this journey for 30 days. And actually, it's a journey which I have undertaken for a lifetime. It's a lifestyle, actually. But if you take this up for 30 days, mark your weight today and mark your weight in 30 days, I guarantee you, you will lose at least 5 to 6 kgs. 5 to 6 kgs, mark my words on that. And I'm sharing this information with you. Of course, if I were to speak to you personally, I could customize your diet. But those of you who are unable to get in touch with me, of course, there are time constraints, there are money constraints. You can get this information which I'm sharing with you. Just go and stop the white sugar, stop the oil, uh, shift to a different grain. I'm going to come to that. Very, very important part of this talk. Milk. Stop milk. And the very, very important part of this talk, gluten. If you do your research, you will see that more than 95% people on this planet are gluten intolerant or allergic to gluten, or completely cannot digest gluten. All right. Now, if you've ever, after feeling a meal, felt lazy or lethargic or sleepy, or if you've after a meal, if you've not felt, wow, I'm energized, that means whatever gluten you've had in that milk is not suiting you. Also, in your, if you having gluten in your diet, what you will notice is that there is bloating, there is gas, and you will feel a lot of stomach, that jelly flab that hangs around the waist. Mostly I've seen it in a lot of my clients. There's this jelly like very soft stomach and a lot of uh, fat on the hips. Some ladies have some flab on their arms. Now all this is because of gluten, so you need to get that out of your diet completely. Gluten, you can do some research on Google. You will find out what are the gluten free grains you can have. Two of my favorite grains I'm sharing with right now: jowar. You'll be shocked to know one jowar roti has only 46 calories. So you can imagine how amazing is that. 46 calories. Trust me, you've had two or three jowar rotis, and once you finished your meal, within the next 10 minutes, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm absolutely, I'm hungry again, because they digest so fast. All right. So cut off wheat. Very, very important. You have to cut off wheat from your diet. You have to cut off oil from your diet, like I mentioned to you. There are a lot of other gluten enriched foods which we are not aware of, like suji is one of it. It's got a lot of gluten in it. Wheat has a lot of gluten in it. And especially our Indian diets, Asian diets, if you see, there's a lot of wheat in our diet. It's almost a staple. I remember one client I was consulting, and he actually gave me that look. He rolled his eyes. He said, Umesh, are you sure? Wheat, you're telling me to stop rotis? Okay, I'll stop rice, but rotis, how can I stop? How will I eat my food? Now, let me just tell you, these are just mental boundaries, what you have been observing, and we humans are creatures of habit. Because we have habituated ourselves to a certain lifestyle, we think it's normal. It's not normal just because everybody is doing it. All right. So you need to understand that wheat is the big culprit. So absolutely change your grain from not from tomorrow, today itself. Stop sugar, stop oil, stop milk, stop gluten, and see the change in 30 days. It will, and what will come out of this? Let me also predict that for you. What's going to happen is you're going to feel like $1 million. You're going to have this high energy throughout the day. You're going to feel fresh. You won't feel the need to just lie down, take a nap, or feel lethargic, or feel lazy, or feel bloated, or I know so many of my clients who I speak to. One of the biggest problems they have is acidity. They suffer from acidity. They are constantly popping in pills for acidic conditions. So you need to understand our body needs to have the balance. What is acidity? It's very, very we think and we speak about acidity in a very normal way, that, oh, I've just got acidity, I'll just pop in a Digen, or I'll just pop in a Pandy. But understand that it's going to do major harm to your body. Why would you want to subject your body when you have acidity? It's your body screaming from within, telling you something is wrong, not right. It's something is wrong with your diet, and you need to change it. All right. And if you respect yourself, of course, if you love yourself, the best way you can show that is by moving on to a healthier diet. So once again, I'm going to just very quickly encapsulate what I've just shared with you. Getting a depth in your personality, start reading some good philosophy books to get that absolutely gorgeous kick-ass figure to fit into that what I call the beach body. All right, you could wear a bikini and look like $1 million. All right, for that you need to completely take away sugar from your diet. You need to completely take away oil from your diet, milk from your diet, and of course gluten from your diet. Now the biggest question I face after this is, people say, but then what can we eat? You'll be shocked at the amount of choice you have. At least put your mind to this first, that I'm going to, no matter what happens, these foods are out of my choice. They are not an option. All right. And there's a complete, I mean, there is so much choices that my entire week menu, when I plan, I have to actually try to fit in stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to eat this also, I want to eat this also. So it's not about going hungry, it's about making the right food choices. And finally, what I do now, this is a little extreme, but what you should do is, I do intermittent fasting. which, if you see, it's one of the biggest celebrity secrets. And it's of course you need to consult, I mean, I would need to see your overall health to further recommend it to you. But if you're healthy, if you have no comorbidities or anything like blood pressure or diabetes, or in fact it helps whoever I have suggested it to, intermittent fasting is one of the best things you can do to yourself, which means that you finish eating. I finish very early, so for me my food ends at 4:30. So by 4:30 in the evening, after that, I don't have a morsel of food. I straight away eat the next day at 10:30. So there's a huge gap, So you can even make it smaller. This gap, if it's too extreme for you, you can stop off eating at 7 o'clock. All right. So a good marker for you is 3 hours before you go to sleep, 3 to 4 hours before you go to sleep. You should completely stop eating, and that will allow you to take your body into that state, which allows for your maximum fat burn, and of course raising your metabolism. All right, so I don't think we have more time for this. I'm going to very quickly just go into the last phase of this talk. First, I discussed about creating the depth in your personality. Second, about getting the fittest body possible for yourself, getting the best look for yourself. And finally, I'm going to go into self-esteem or confidence. Self-confidence is one of the key ingredients that you need, no matter what you do, where you are, whether you are participating in a beauty pageant or whether you're watching a beauty pageant. Self-confidence is non-negotiable. And most people are confused with self-confidence. They feel that it's only others who can have self-confidence. We can only wish for it. Let me even demystify this very enigmatic word for you. Confidence is built from self-esteem. How does self-esteem, how do you build self-esteem? Brick by brick. And how do you build it brick by brick? It's with little actions. Our self-esteem suffers the most when we promise ourselves that we are going to do something and then we break that promise. Let's say today you make a promise to yourself that you're going to get fit, and then you go on and eat some junk food, saying to yourself, oh, it's just now, I just finished my junk food and I just have this burger now. Tomorrow I'll. The moment you have done that to yourself, subconsciously your mind has lost respect for you, and that's where you start degrading yourself, where you start losing respect for yourself, which in turn immediately is a big major blow for your self-confidence. There, it is completely demystified now. So what I would say is that start small, promise yourself small in incremental promises you make. So tell yourself, today I'm going to walk 1,000 steps. Download a good app. There are a lot of free apps on Apple and as well as Android. Download the app, go ahead and walk 1,000 steps. The moment you do that, you have put one brick into that wall of self-esteem, which again will add more texture to your self-confidence. It's as easy as that. Try it today itself. Guys, it's been so much fun talking to you. There's lots more to share, but unfortunately, there is little time. I've already crossed my time limit. I was given 25 minutes and it's 28. I'm sorry for that, but these were important. Thank you so much, Archana. Thank you, Kanjana. Thank you, Rabia ji. It's been wonderful being here. I feel very proud and honored to be part of Dus Ka Dum. And all I can tell you is best of luck, and start your journey today to being the best version of yourself. God bless. Bye-bye.